and welcome to this fantastic day. It's been a long time coming for the City of West Lafayette, the West Lafayette Parks and Recreation Department, and all of the citizens and the committee for this Morris Schoolhouse. It's been a long time coming, and it is really an example of what a few committed citizens can do when they put their mind to it. Lynn Cason decided to sell his property next door to us over here to the Franciscans, which meant that this nice little schoolhouse here was going to get torn down. And Sue Eiler, there she is, wave your hand, Sue, said, no, we can't do that. And she went to the mayor, Mayor John Dennis, we all know him, and said, what can we do? And he said, let's see if we can save it. And they put their minds together, and they got together with Lynn Cason, and Lynn Cason gave some land next door. And all we had to do was then move the schoolhouse a few feet. I don't know, about the length of a football field, from over there to right there. And the Redevelopment Commission and Larry Oates stepped in as heroes, and you'll hear from them soon. But it is just an example of what an idea, starting small, can happen when a few citizens put their minds to it and work on it every day. That Morris Schoolhouse Committee met all the time. When I got here, they were busy every day, and it's really wonderful to see what has happened. We can't thank Lynn Cason enough. We wish he could be here. His son has come to represent him, Tom Cason. He's here somewhere in the crowd. Wave your hand, Tom. Without this piece of property, this park would not be possible. I read somewhere this week that the National Park and Recreation Association says there's something like 4,320 parks, city parks in the United States. In 2 years, we're going to be 3,421, and that's awesome. So, really great. We want to thank John Dennis, our illustrious mayor. He supported this project all the way through, and without that, we could not have done it. We want to thank the Redevelopment Commission and Larry Oates. Without them and that money, there would be no way that could happen. So we want them to be thanked. We want to thank the support of the West Lafayette Parks and Recreation Board of Directors, volunteers who meet monthly to keep us on track. They are David Purpura, David Kusick, Paul Brennan, Tiffany Lyle, and Yui Yin. They work endlessly to help us do the things we do here. We also would like to recognize our longtime park board member who passed away earlier this year, Karen Springer. She was such a supporter of this park, and I'm sad that she's not here today, but I'm sure she's looking down and remembering all the hard work that went into it. I want to thank the Redevelopment Commission. I want to mention their names because they need to have recognition as well. President Larry Oates, Brad Marley, Daryl Clace, Patrick Hagmeyer, John Myers, and Holly Keckler. They have really great things that they do for this city, and this is just one of them. I want to also thank the steering committee that worked to get this park here, along with the Veritas Group and MKSK Studios. They are Larry Oates, Aaron Easter, Greg Mitchell, John Muller, and Bryce Patz. And I really just want to say thank you again to John Dennis, who will give you a few words now.
Thank you, Kathy. Before I start talking for serious, I need to make another comment about the hospitals. Terry Wilson is like our local big cheese for the Franciscans. And a good friend of mine, Lisa Decker, and I have an opportunity every now and again to interact with Terry. And I have forever been poking Terry in the chest and asking about when my hospital's going to get here. Right, Terry? So the good bad news is that eventually we're going to have something here. There's going to be a presence at some point. But the bad news is that if you were looking at this piece of property now, Terry, too late. The truck has passed you by, and look at another spot. And please, when you do, make sure you've got an emergency room that treats people that falls off motorcycles. I'm really good at that. So, thank you very much. The other thing is that a community is only as good as the citizenry empowers us to be. And in West Lafayette, there is not a single shy citizen within our city limits. I never have to worry about getting the appropriate amount of guidance, direction, motivation, instruction, gentle, friendly criticism, and, citizen love to figure out what the right thing is to do. I want to thank a bunch of people for this, and I truly am going to read these things, because if I don't, then it'll fly away and be lost in space. I want to, of course, thank Larry Oates. Put your hand in the sky, Larry. He's the president of our redevelopment commission. He has a purse that's as big, if not bigger, than the city, and so he is somebody that we need to be nice to regardless. So, no, but he's a good guy, and he really does appreciate the community. We need to make sure that we thank those that have been here before us and that have done the things that make this place the great place that it is. Lynn Cason, obviously, for allowing us to have the space to be able to do this. Sue Arler for her vision and her drive to make sure we'd be in a position to be able to do that. Kaylo, Kathy Lozano, for all the great stuff she's done, and her entire staff. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, pounded out on that. But more importantly, the citizens, because everything that we have done here, at least for the past 16 years that I've been around, has been citizen driven. And that sometimes can be a challenge, because we have a population base that is very vocal and comes from every corner of the world, and they bring their cultures to us. And that presents a challenge to us to be able to respond to that in a way that's going to be something that the whole community can appreciate. And I thank my staff for having that level of agility. They've done an amazing job being able to do that. But more importantly, I thank the citizens for showing up at meetings, for making their feelings known, for doing the background work to get these things done, to bring in their personal experiences. Because again, with the global influence that we have, people from all around the world help us do things right and help us do things better. And we deeply appreciate that. But I would also be remiss if I didn't thank our emergency services folks for being here today and for providing such a great opportunity for people to come to this community. And I see way back there in the back, Mr. Bossing, my second dad back there. Put your hand in the air, Dick. Yep. Thank you for making sure that everything happens the way it's supposed to. So I pretty much thanked everybody. And let me see if there's anything else in here that they want me to say. Commissioner Larry Oates, blah-de-blah, John Myers, Brad Marley, Darrell Clays, blah-de-blah. You can tell this isn't my first rodeo, right? But I'm literally doing my rehearse in front of 100 people. It's kind of weird. Well, that's about it. So just remember one thing. Now, Alzheimer's that. Well, just remember one thing. The whole purpose of parks is for quality of life. Quality of life isn't for the individual, it's for the group. It's for the citizens and their family, their children, their grandchildren, to appreciate being outdoors and to appreciate what a great community that we have. So please, all of you, share our park system with those that you love. Thank you all so very much.
And now I'd like to introduce Larry Oates, the illustrious president of the Redevelopment Commission. He and I have spent a lot of time with each other about this park, and he truly has been a true partner. So thank you, Larry.
Good morning. You know, I'm not sure I ever thought this day was going to happen. Even though Kathy won't say it, I think we began this process in 2014, which is when the schoolhouse idea came about, and we wanted to get it moved across the way. You know, and everybody thinks right off the bat that if you got a piece of land and you got a schoolhouse and you got an idea, then the park just comes naturally, right? It's no problem. Nothing's gonna stop us. But it literally took us a number of times of starting and stopping to get this park right. In fact, there was one point where we were down the road and Kathy and I were sitting in a meeting along with a whole bunch of contractors and the like, getting ready to think that we were going to build a park, and we looked at each other and we went, this isn't the park we envision. And we pulled the plug. And that's because we want to make sure that we can provide to the citizens of West Lafayette, because they deserve it, the best park that we possibly can build within the city. And today we are starting the process of building that park and that dream. I mean, I almost feel like Kevin Costner, right? In that old, Field of Dreams movie. Standing here looking at what used to be a cornfield, although it was most recently a bean field. White Construction has begun moving dirt behind us. They're going to move over 100,000 cubic yards of dirt by the time they're done. Because back here, toward the back, is going to be a 20-foot mound of dirt with a 20-foot tower on top of it. That's going to be the treetop playground back there. The other corner is going to have the bird's nest, another 20-foot tower, where we're going to have owls for children to be able to climb up onto. And quite candidly, those 20-foot hills, at least the one on this side, will also have a slope on it so that there can be sled riding, along with a return sidewalk back up to the top, so that mom and dad hauling the sleds back up for the kids aren't necessarily going to kill themselves. I couldn't talk them into the escalator, but the sidewalk was my best bet otherwise. Over at this end, we're going to have an event center that's going to be able to provide not only a covered, sheltered for different types of art programming, but we'll also have sound system and lighting already built into it. And right in the middle, kind of the heart of the whole thing, will be a almost 4.5-acre pond that will allow fishing and boating, along with a boathouse on the far side of it, where we will rent kayaks and canoes. But at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is providing the citizens of West Lafayette a quality of life here. Being able to provide a brand new park within the city limits of West Lafayette is truly a dream. And this is the field where that dream will come true. So thank you very much for coming today. I hope you will come back and see us in 2025, in the spring of 2025, when we have a ribbon cutting to open this park, because that's really the day that we're going to begin the celebration. So thank you.
Okay, now for the fun part. We need Larry and John Dennis right here in the center. Grab a hard hat and a shovel. And we also need Tom Cason, representing his dad. Please come up here and stand next to either Mayor Dennis or Larry Oates. We need our city clerk, Santa Booker. Is she in the house? Come on, Santa, come down. Stand, get in line. We need Aaron Easter, our future mayor, soon to be mayor. We can't wait for that to happen. Please come get in line. We need the president of our park board, David Purpura. Please come up and grab a shovel. We need someone from White Construction. I don't know, the mystery man from White Construction, please come get in line and grab a hat and a shovel. Someone from R.L. Turner, who's coming? Oh, there you go, the lucky one. Someone from MKSK, who's going to do it? Oh, Kelly, you're up there. Great, wonderful. And someone from the Veritas group. Who is it, Scott? All right. So we're going to, dig some earth and start the real construction in just a minute. And we'll have a photo of this fine group. Then I'd really love it if everyone would crowd up here and let's get a really good group photo. 3, 2, 1. Jump.